Hello, and welcome to Last Time On. This is the podcast for people who want to watch all this prestige television, but who's got time for it?
I don't have time. I have to get these dishes ready.
Lord Benjamin, I do declare. Yes. Well, that's why you're listening to Last Time On, because we are taking the trouble out of it. We are watching the shows at warp speed, so you don't have to. And by the way, I would like to announce for the record that this is the only podcast on the internet that can claim it is hosted by three individuals who have never intentionally put soap in the soup. We are non-soup soapers.
Not intentionally.
Not a
correct.
soup soaper here.
A lot of soap going on in this episode.
Sure is.
Oh, God,
You think that's a thing in general?
I do
Like
now.
That's just missing with the show.
Yeah.
There's a soap-related plot in every other episode or so.
Well, I mean, would this be considered a soap opera? Maybe it's not really.
You got one.
Victor, get up on your soapbox and tell us about it.
Which is interesting because I just realized the other day I was getting this show conflated with two other shows. Bridgerton, Coronation Street, and Downton Abbey were previously all the same thing in my head. I didn't know there were three different shows.
So, Bridgerton is, like, very musical.
Oh, gross.
Right? Like, they do lots of, like, interpretations of modern songs in it.
They do?
They do.
Weird. Okay, so is it a comedy?
No.
I've never watched it.
Weird.
I just know that there's the music. Coronation Street, I have to imagine, is a little bit more royal than this, based off
And
of
I
the
do
name.
believe Coronation Street holds the record for the longest running TV show ever, continuously.
I believe
think.
it's a British soap opera.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That one. That's the
Okay.
one that my favorite, one of my
not
favorite
royal.
actors, Craig Charles, was on for a while of Red Dwarf fame. I know we got a few dwarfers in the Discord, you know. Boys
It's been
from
on
the dwarf.
since 1960. Fuck.
Yeah. Yeah, longer than fucking Star Trek or
Cops.
Doctor Who. Or Cops.
Cops is the one I always go to because it feels like Cops has been on TV for forever. It has.
Yeah.
It's just like, what's the longest running TV show? And my gut answer is always Cops. I know it's wrong, but it just feels right.
Yeah. Well, speaking of things that feel right, this. Wait! Before we get started, I had an interesting dentist appointment.
Cops has been off the air for 13 years. Fuck me.
I know it's been off for a while.
I didn't know it
remember.
stopped.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, Victor, while you were at your dentist appointment, did they rip one of your teeth out to try and get information out of you? Like, what is your dental deductible?
Well, I just went in for a
Give us the
cleaning
codes.
because I realized it had been a while since that episode we did the other day where Bill Murray got his tooth extracted reminded me that I haven't been to the dentist in almost 2 years. So I was like, man, I should really schedule a cleaning. So luckily I found a place that had a discount for a first time. Anyway, but so my dentist was a huge nerd. And
Hell yeah.
I forget how he got on the subject, but he was asking about, so what do you do? Oh, you're retired. Well, what do you do? And I said, I do a podcast. I do comics. And he goes, oh, what kind of comics do you do? And I was like, well, it's kind of a nerdy thing. He goes, oh, I am a huge nerd. I'm like, really? I write Star Trek comics, but they're more like memes. And he goes, oh, dude, yeah, I love Star Trek. He said, I'm not much of a Star Trek fan, but I'm a huge Magic the Gathering guy. And apparently, Magic the Gathering has a Star Trek expansion coming out at the end of this year
in November.
Oh,
yep.
fuck me to tears! Great.
I've got a case pre-ordered.
Oh God, how much is it cost? This is gonna cost. I'm like, there goes my paycheck for that month because.
Okay, so we don't know how big the set is. It might
And
not
you've
be
already
worth-
bought it, and you haven't. You don't even know how many cards you're gonna get.
I know how many cards I'm going to get because I know how many cards come in a case. A case is 6 boxes. A box is 24 packs. A pack is 14 cards. I know this, but I'm getting a case through other means. So you guys know how I, right?
Yes.
I've talked to you about that. I'm the highest ranked in the state.
Oh
So I have a relationship with because they need me to come be their for things. And so a store that doesn't even is getting me the case of Star Trek cards at cost as a favor, as a thank you for
nice.
doing stuff.
That's cool.
But I wouldn't recommend probably buying more than a box or two if you really wanted to get into it.
How much do those typically run these days?
I would
$60.
imagine a box at launch is going to be about $120 to $150.
Oh, fuck that.
Oh,
Never
okay.
mind.
But I'm getting a case at the discounted, and then I'm spreading it. I'm sharing the case. I don't want all 6 boxes. I'm probably gonna open 1, maybe 2, and then stash 1, and then the 3 are going to other people.
The Magic is pretty much what inspired the damn gaming trend that's plaguing, especially mobile games with loot boxes. And I remember hearing
loot boxes are actually Jeffrey Epstein's fault.
That's
What?
true. Yeah,
This
it's
is the
part of
thing.
the Epstein files.
Yeah, it's in the Epstein files. Bobby Kotick, CEO of Blizzard, and one of the first real loot boxes was Overwatch, lest we forget.
really.
Had a email correspondence with Epstein where he was consulting about how to addict minors with sub-gambling
What a fucking
traits.
prick. Oh my god.
Yeah, whole thing.
Yeah.
Also, Epstein is behind the politics board on 4chan, where all the Nazis hang out.
oh my god.
Yeah. Also true.
Fucking loot boxes. Well, I just heard in the news something about God, I forget who. I think Valve is under fire from like some department of the government for basically having unregulated gambling. Because it's been going on forever. You know, it's essentially what loot boxes are. So, and it's all over Steam, and everything. But I found
There's a lot of Steam games.
But that's what Magic the Gathering is. It's a real life physical loot box. I mean, because you don't know what cards you're gonna get, right? And it's like, if I'm gonna be spending $120 on motherfucking Magic cards, I want my Jean-Luc Picard guaranteed. Okay, I want my Board Queen. I want my Locutus.
I mean, you can buy singles, and I don't think the Star Trek singles market's going to get crazy, especially if you're just going for normal cards and not like crazy old arts and stuff that they'll probably have. I'm a big fan of Magic proxies, and I'll go on record as saying that.
I gotta
mostly
say,
because WotC is fucking terrible as a company, both to their people and their consumers.
Right.
And so, like, this pack of cards right here, this is a stack of proxies. This is for my buddy who I split this order with. It was $52 for this stack of cards. They are all high quality print. They look just like Magic cards, except for the back has the SpongeBob meme saying, "Is it a real card?" Because I don't know. I'm not trying to sell these. I'm not trying to impersonate anything. Like I obviously it's a proxy. We're not trying to scam anybody. So I got no problems putting a joke on the back and then having the legitimate card on the front.
Yeah, I've heard about
because it makes it
counterfeit
easy to play.
Magic cards and shit like that.
I mean, that's what these are. But
really?
they're just not. Well, I mean, they're not designed to be sold as counterfeit cards. They're designed to clearly differentiate.
Like someone's gonna try to sell a Black Lotus on eBay or some shit. That's
that
clearly...
stack of cards, if you were to have purchased the actual cards, would probably be about $4,000.
Oh my god.
That's how out of control Magic prices are.
Yeah.
It's just that's why I can't give a shit.
So yeah, what I heard today on this podcast called Core was I forget where the source is from, but apparently there is actually like they're pretty much cartels in the realm of loot boxes. That what they do is like they have third party sites that sell these digital goods, and they'll like put hits out on their competitors because, you got this. They sell these loot boxes on a third-party site, and then when another competitor pops up that's trying to sell their stuff, they hire the hackers to go DDoS the other site because they don't want them to steal business and shit. So it's like there's fucking
Yeah,
dude,
that makes sense.
It's insane. But
The
anyway,
internet was a mistake.
yeah. Well, some people thought the telephone was a mistake, and
And they were right.
talk
Damn you,
about some of
Alexander
that
Graham
today.
Bell.
We got, speaking of telephones being a mistake, we got Downton Abbey Season 1, Episode 7.
episode
7. I hate this show for that alone.
7. It keeps things simple. Yeah.
We open in July 1914 as the Crawleys return to the estate. Literally,
Maids are scrambling again. I imagine this is how every episode is going to open, with the maids scrambling around.
well, the maids scrambling as some super important date is about to happen. Because I hear July 1914 and I know what we're talking about.
Yeah.
My notes literally say, "Oh, hey Ben, anything important happened in July 1914?"
I saw that date and I'm just like, well, there's a reason the book I have, the giant history, is called The Guns of August.
This once again showing off my and I should really just stop admitting this on air, but once again showing my Texas public education. That I was under the impression that Bates and Lord Grantham were old buddies from World War One.
The Boer Wars.
So it hadn't happened yet. Okay, yeah. It's like, it's funny. After this, I went and rewatched the first episode again. Now that I have a little more context, now that I actually remember
some
the
character
names.
names.
Yeah, the names of some of these damn characters.
It was much better this episode.
Yeah, I figured it out a little more.
And now, instead of anything exciting, we have these people barely having half a conversation, and it's more the Boer Wars.
I don't know. It's starting to hook me a little.
I mean, we did get a murder in this episode.
Yeah, we did get.
I think there's implications that there was another murder.
Yeah,
this show might have more
starting to get
incident than
me-
I remember.
It's not gotten me invested yet. I'm not invested in the story, but I'm not uninvested. I think I'm just vested so far. Not invested quite yet, but I could see
single
myself
breast,
getting
not
there.
double.
Yes.
We get
I
a
will
great
say-
bit here. Oh, go ahead,
the
Xhafer.
first maybe 15 minutes of this episode felt like 2 hours.
Yes.
But then after I don't know if it was I caught up or I started to care or what. After that first 15, the episode did start to catch me. I did start to enjoy it.
Yeah.
Now, this was an hour and 5 minutes long for an episode.
Yeah.
So that is part of why it felt long, because I'm like, we are used to an hour of TV is actually 44 minutes.
Yeah, that's
42
true.
now. And so it's like an episode and a half.
That's something I've noticed about when I go back and I watch old TV shows on streaming, is that the writing has most definitely evolved in many ways, of course. But one way is that the writers in TV shows back in the 90s, early 2000s even, would have to build up crescendos right before a commercial break. And now it's like streaming still hasn't fucking figured it out, because you'll just be watching a show and then out of nowhere a commercial will drop mid-sentence for a character. But if I love watching old episodes of The Outer Limits, and then something will build up, it'll hit it'll have a dramatic pause, and then screen will go black for half a second, and then come back and dramatic pause again. It's like, oh, there was supposed to be a commercial break right there.
But we do get so Carson arrives shortly before the family, making sure everything's starting to get cleared up, and Mrs. Hughes is like, I got it, dude. And then we have the family arriving by automocar, and Lord Grantham goes, now if you'll excuse me, I have to go wash the train off. And I know it's because he just was on a coal train, and having ridden on one of those, they have one at Greenfield Village. It does
really?
get you sooty. Yeah,
Robbie or
it's
Jonathan?
Are you serious? Wow.
Yeah. But I now firmly believe that last time on, Lord Grantham's nickname for his dick is the train. So he's like, "Excuse me, everyone, I have to go wash the train off."
Well, his train's been busy lately, as we find out. But first, we got mention of the garden party for the hospital. I'm not sure what that's all about. But there is mention of the, oh God, I had her name, the cook,
Miss Patmore.
Patmore. Yes, people are saying about how she's been they're gossiping about how she's been trouble lately. Then we have the ladies of the house going for a walk in the park, talking about how summer in London is better than a winter in London. Or which something I don't. Maybe I'm getting that backwards, but it does remind me that when I went to go visit Germany back a long time ago, just for 2 weeks in the summertime, that one of the hotels I stayed at just did not have air conditioning, and that's a real
that's
common thing. Is that you only need it for a week out of the entire year in that area. But as these ladies are walking. Just out of nowhere, they're walking through this park, and then out of nowhere, a Ford Bronco comes driving through the park, and then I realize that my free trial of my ad-free Amazon has expired, and I'm like, oh, shit. Which, by the way, happy Ford Truck Month, everyone.
God, we have to be on the precipice of that, like AI-integrated ads randomly. Like, the technology is effectively
I swear
there.
it was the same park. It looked...
That would be so strange, where it's just like, but we must smash the entail, just like the smash burgers you can get at In-N-Out.
We'll see that before
any minute
2030. That will be in streaming services before 2030, I promise you.
Yeah.
It might not last, but it will be there.
Well, we know Ford Truck Month will still be going on, because I'm pretty sure every month is Ford Truck Month, but... Yeah.
In this house.
Except for when it's Toyotathon. Or Honda Days.
But I'm also going to say, last time on, we had an episode set in London where we had exactly 2 exterior shots and 1 walk in a park. And that is our only proof that we're in London.
Yeah. We
also find out, along with Miss Patmore and her eyes, Bates is leaving again.
There's some drama with Bates. He might not be leaving. He might be forced to leave.
Well, they do mention... So, I forget it. Okay, so Thomas and... I believe she's
O'Brien.
the head maid.
Thomas and O'Brien are steaming.
Thomas and
O'Brien
O'Brien,
is the ladies'
They're
maid.
having a smoke and gossiping, which I think is going to be a regular thing for these two. Like, that's what they do.
Know. At the end of this episode, I don't know if it's going to be a regular thing
anymore.
I
think
it
definitely
was for season 1.
This season.
Hundo.
They're having a smoke, reading gossipy telegrams, and plotting and scheming. These two.
We also find out Mary has not returned yet, because who's she hanging out with, Xhafer?
Aunt Rosamond?
Who is?
I didn't get a good look. Who is it?
It's Samantha Bond.
Who's Samantha Bond? The name
Samantha Bond,
familiar.
Moneypenny from the Pierce Brosnan James Bond films. Yeah.
Oh, wow. Huh.
Thank
Yeah.
Ah, dude, I always love him. I love a Moneypenny. Every Moneypenny's been great.
I was very excited to see her.
And Lord Grantham sees
learns
that
about the birds and the bees and menopause.
Yeah, he finds out his wife. She's pregnant.
Yeah.
Help? Is there a possibility that I'm pregnant? Am I pregnant or am I okay?
And I like the doctor is just like, well, you understand women go through a change. He's like, I understand exactly as much as I need to. And I'm just like, oh man, he's
possible?
50. He's 50, so like we're talking 1860s sex ed. Like, oh man, they're still talking about like sometimes a ghost gets your wife pregnant. A ghost gets your wife pregnant, and your child looks kind of like the waiter.
Yeah. God, did they use lambskin condoms back then? Were they invented at that point?
Yeah, those totally existed.
Wow. I wonder who came up with
There's
that.
a much longer and storied history of contraceptive than you would get in Texas public education. I'll just say that out loud.
That's the truth. Yeah.
And
so
Lord Grantham now has to start writing letters because Lady Cora is 4 months prego.
Pergonante.
A pregnant.
Pergonante. Miss Patmore, she's the cook who's losing her vision.
Mm-hmm.
My next note just says more telegram gossip spreading.
Yes.
Oh, and it's because Mr. Bates, who I could have sworn, I'm glad I went and rewatched the first episode again, like literally just about an hour ago, because I could have sworn that Bates was gone completely by the end of the episode. But no,
They
I
catch
missed
him
the
just
part
at the
where,
end.
yeah, where Grantham changes his mind, is all just like, all right, I just fucking Uno reverse, get back inside. You're unfired. But he confessed. He confessed to something recently, or to a crime, and Ben, I'm going to ask you because you did the coin flip on the before on the pre-show. What happened to her?
We find out in this episode.
No, but why did he confess out of nowhere?
We find out in this episode.
Why did I? Damn it!
But I
must have
will
missed
say,
it.
last time on, there is a whole nother deep, dark side of Mr. Bates that will eventually come through. And we'll find out that he was actually, not only did he get a leg wound, he had a traumatic brain injury that prevents him from ever explaining anything.
I wonder if he really stole all that money so he could start up a chain of motels. The Bates Motels.
But Mary, who has decided to linger, because it seems Matthew has given her a proposal of marriage, and she said, "I'll respond after the London season." Which, for those of you who don't know, that is a thing where all of the fancy pants in landed gentry all come back to London for the summer, so like all of our kids can mingle and maybe people get married and stuff. Because otherwise we're off on our estates, and how do you visit everyone?
Yeah, I guess
all
so.
come
Yeah,
back.
how do you? The market's pretty. The
So you all come to London for the summer,
very
and
many
so
fish in the
Earl
sea.
so and so
Okay.
can meet Duke so and so, and people can canoodle. And so there's Mr. Napier, and he was supposed to be getting married, but the wedding is off. But also, you need to know that the reason why everybody's been treating you like an outcast and a skanky hoe is we know that Kamal Pamuk died in your house, and the reason why everybody's lending it credence is because Lady Edith is where the rumors are coming from.
Bum bum bum.
Which one's Lady Edith?
That is the middle sister, the blonde.
Okay. God. Okay. There. I'm still confused about that.
So it's Mary Edith Sybil.
Sybil
I'm
is
just
the
gonna-
youngest. Yeah.
Next time on, not a formal prediction, but I think that what's going to end up being the heart of this show is Mary and Edith's beef.
So this woman, where did she die at again?
Not a woman. Kamal Pamuk. So Kamal is a
Okay.
man's name.
Right.
Died at Downton Abbey.
With
And as Edith says
Mary?
later in the episode, everyone deserves to know that he died in the arms of a slut.
yeah. So he was. See, they were canoodling with Mary.
That is my assumption.
Okay. Wow. Huh.
I'm going to say last time on, he died mid-peg. and the scandal and shame.
Wonder if they hid his body somewhere in the Abbey, somewhere in the manor. Because I mean, there's
He's in
a
the
lot
walls.
of yeah. Maybe they put him in the soup. Anyway. Yeah, Mary says her position is in jeopardy now because of this pregnancy, and she says, "Well, if I delay, won't he think that I'm after him only for his position and his title?" And I'm like, I would think that's fucking obvious to everyone. You know? Like, how is this a secret?
Then we have Maggie Smith, the Dowager Countess, talking to Cora, and we find out here that Maggie Smith is a giant biatch to everyone, and her maid is quitting.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And we also have just one of those things where the only reason we think there is drama happening is editing. Where if we saw the first half of the conversation, we wouldn't have drama with the second half of the conversation. But Lord Grantham is, "Oh, Matthew, send me your cook." And we don't get the first half of the conversation where he's like, "Oh, I talked to this eye doctor in London."
Yeah.
Christ, man. Can you imagine what eye surgery would have been like in those days? Oh. I mean, yeah.
Probably not great, but probably better than you think. This isn't like Leech Town.
Every time I have to go to the damn eye
People
doctor.
were washing their hands at this point.
But still, to this day, in 2026, they have to sit you down and do that little fucking annoying thing that blows air right in your eyeball. Like, why is that necessary?
Because it tests the pressure in your eye.
Well, there's no other way to do that. I mean, okay, so there's plenty of other practices today.
Yeah, no, there's plenty of ways to test how your eye reacts to pressure. Most of them involve poking it. Would you prefer that?
Well, that's what I'm saying. That's what they were doing. What are they poking with? Their finger. God, I hope they wash their hands
with the train.
With the train. Oh, God. Ben.
No. No.
Now, aren't you glad they just use a little puff of air, Victor?
How is Ben making the dirtiest jokes this time? Out of all of us, he's the most wholesome one here.
But shortly after
Ben rides the train, and that's not going to make sense until 10 minutes ago.
And as we see Lord Grantham asking Matthew, "Oh, who's that cook you brought? Oh, Mrs. Bird?" We see Mrs. Patmore burning herself and blaming everyone else for it.
Yeah.
And now we have just people just being nasty, messy bitches. And Xhafer, for as awful as he is in this episode, I don't think Thomas is in the top 3.
Oh,
this is
you're wrong. You're wrong because of him in the down quarters and towards the end of the episode, where right after the miscarriage. That scene proves you wrong. That scene makes him the messiest bitch this
I
episode.
wouldn't say no. I wouldn't say he's a messiest bitch. He's a fucking dick.
He's just an asshole.
Yeah, I was like,
he doesn't. In this episode, we have a murder and people destroying 2 different relationships. He's just like, man, baby died, your mom died. Get over it. What? You got beef? It's like, I work with 100 people just like Thomas.
He's like an upscale Biff Tannen.
Think, McFly, think.
You know, if Biff was born in London, he's just a jerk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, hey, butthead. He's all just like, thou anus hat.
But we get...
by the way, the telephone's been invented.
Yes.
Yeah.
We get Lady and Aunt Rosemary, and Mary's like, but, Matthew's smart. He could be Lord Chancellor. And she's like, but he could be poor. Those are equal options.
Yeah.
And here is my prediction that Mary is going to end up alone. She She is the
Well,
worst.
which one of you made that prediction official? That was
I said
fair.
Mary was going to be the last
last
of her
one.
sisters to
Yep.
get married.
Yep.
And
let's
here is where we
see.
find out what the charge is against Mr. Bates, that he stole the regimental silver, and that he served 2 years in prison for it.
Oh, wow. I missed that part. He served 2 years.
Yeah.
And it's O'Brien and Thomas who bring the news over to Carson.
Yeah.
And I like how Grantham is skeptical. And Mr.
Because he's
Carson,
like, it came from Thomas and O'Brien? Those guys suck.
yeah, they're a couple of
He's like,
chatty
yes,
bitches.
sir, they do suck. But the honor and nobility of your house having someone who was in prison.
See, Grantham calls the cook Patmore, and she thinks she's about to get canned. And he's just like, shut up, stop talking, I'm sending you to a doctor.
Yeah.
I like how she says, forgive me, I have to sit in your presence.
We also have O'Brien showing up in the middle of Grantham and Cora talking, and Grantham's just like, why do you deal... Like, O'Brien's the worst. You should fire her.
Right
That
as she walks in.
hurts. Yeah.
Well, that just shows that O'Briens always suffer.
Yeah, and we... that's true. We cut outside, and Matthew's like, so, Mary, you said you were going to tell me if you accept my proposal when you came back. Like, do you accept it? And she's like, but I don't know. And he's like, because your mom's pregnant, and now my prospects have changed. And she's like, no. He's like, and she's like, but I have conflicted feelings. He's like, well, fuck you then. You only want to marry me if you think I'll have money. You can't prove that. And it's like, we're literally proving it right now. And she's just like, how dare my actions have consequences? This is literally the worst thing that's ever happened to me. It's like, and that's the problem with Gentry.
And didn't she also get dumped last time on as well?
No,
by
fiance
Daredevil?
died.
Yeah, and then
Oh.
she
Died
got
in
dumped
the
by
Titanic.
Daredevil.
Yes, because he found out she wouldn't have money. And instead of being introspective about that, and being like, man, it sucks when you find out a person you liked only wanted to be with you because they had money. And
Man,
being like,
I
oh,
I
that's
already got
exactly
my-
what I'm doing here.
Dude, I already got my predictions written down and locked in, but that would be a good one. It's like, we should get a betting pool going on how many times we're going to see Mary get dumped.
Won't be enough.
Yeah.
Also,
it'll be
Bates-
more or less than the times we've seen the crew from Stargate get in prison.
Bates refuses to answer any questions about, hey, so,
Yeah.
dude, you were in prison for 2 years? And he's like, I won't speak of it. And it's like, all he had
Sure.
to do was like, yeah, my wife stole the silver and then disappeared, and I was wounded and drunk and felt like I had ruined her life and that I owed her one. And everyone would go, oh, okay, yes.
Mrs. O'Brien is concerned that I love how when Miss Bird shows up, immediately these two are just
Bird and Patmore are just like fighting.
yes.
Yeah, she's being really mean here.
Patmore is
Also,
being
she's
awful.
like, I'm coming from a house where we only have 4 staff, so forgive me for having 50 people around.
I do like how, who is it? Is it, I forgot who's looking through the window, so he was like, we should put these two in a ring.
Anna, my
Anna,
new
yeah.
favorite character.
Anna is pretty awesome, yeah. He's gonna go to fisticuffs. Which actually happened
Anna
later.
and Mosley, who is the butler
Mosley,
for
okay.
the Dowager Countess.
Yeah.
Right. So Miss O'Brien is like, no, Daisy, I don't want you to poison them. I just want
Patmore.
you to... Oh, Patmore. Yeah.
Yeah, she's like, hey,
Patmore.
just make sure the food kind of sucks.
So then we cut over to the eye doctor in London, I believe.
First,
Or-
we get them installing the phones.
Oh,
at
right,
which point
installing
we
the
find out that they want 2 phones.
Yeah.
And even the guy is just like, we don't do
Who needs
that.
2 phones?
I got 2 phones, one for the plug and one for the load. I got 2 phones, one for...
Like, we only deal with the fancy pants people, and you want 2 phones?
Okay.
Here is where we find out that for some reason, Lady Sybil has taken a huge interest in Rose Leslie, Gwen, and she's like, "Oh, you're looking
they
for a
fucking.
secretary? I know somebody. I know somebody who could do that. I'll get you her resume."
Yeah. What do we think? What do we think is going on between? Are they just roommates?
I think this is Lady Sybil is going to be my thing is I'm with the common people, and it's sure you are, Sybil, but you actually talk to them, which is going like 50 yards beyond anybody else you know.
That is true. That is true. Yeah. Although I do want to get Beth's take on her gaydar. Yeah, I want to see her gaydar reading on these 2.
Victor, I can tell you the answer. She thinks they're hella gay and they should be banging right now.
This is true.
Does it matter what 2 characters we're talking about? No.
Well, they fucking.
Not particularly.
So I was confused. So it's Anna who escorts
Patmore
to the eye doctor. Yeah, I was confused on who the hell she was. I thought she was one of the daughters at first. Okay, but now it's finally starting to. I'm finally starting to put some names to the faces. Now, she is the one who has had a crush on Bates from the beginning, it seems like.
Yes.
Yeah. And she goes and does him a favor while Patmore is in the eye doctor saying, she'll I'll drop in and visit you every day. What am I supposed to do for the rest of the time? I was like, God, read a book. I was like, oh, wait. Ooh.
You can listen to music.
Yeah, that is true. Well, man, they didn't have podcasts back then either.
But here's where we find out somebody from the regimental HQ is nice enough to be like, oh, yes, you mean Bates. Nasty business.
Now, let me just
but
say...
I will not speak of it. But I can give you the information for his mother and
this
his
part
wife.
Right here puts this Downton Abbey firmly in the genre of fantasy, because this is the most unrealistic thing, that she walks over to a military base without an appointment to request military records and gets an answer within an hour. That never fucking happens. Right? That is ridiculous, dude.
This is British efficiency, Victor.
Bullshit. No one is that efficient. That is just you will. I've been on waiting lists for months for shit like this. Before you just walk in and there's just a little salute and it's almost like, oh, Mr. Bates, yes, of course, here he is. Horseshit.
We then have Mary confronting Edith, where she's just like, did you tell the Turkish ambassador that Kamal died mid-peg? And she's like, the Turkish people deserved to know.
The Turkish people. Yeah, get word to Constantinople.
That is not what a Turkish delight is, Mary.
Oh. Probably tastes just as good, though.
Yeah.
That's because Turkish Delight tastes terrible, listener. Just to...
What is a Turkish Delight?
It's the worst candy.
Oh, it's candy?
I'm sorry, taffy exists.
Taffy, okay.
I'll take it. At least taffy has a, flavor that isn't offensive. Turkish Delight, saying it's a candy, not only is an outright lie to someone, it is an offensive level of lie.
I'll get lynched by my cousins for saying this, but I think Mexican candy is actually the worst.
I mean, black licorice exists.
Well, hold
black
on.
licorice too, yeah.
Well, black licorice is terrible.
Yeah.
When we say Mexican candy, I love chocolate and cinnamon. What are we talking here?
Yeah, just the things that you get at the maybe it's just the Texas thing, but every corner store has.
You mean
just
Texas does something that's unauthentically Mexican that is posing as authentically Mexican. That is
Scandalous,
trash,
isn't it? Yeah.
What?
Oh man, I heard on another podcast there was this trivia question about which dishes that are supposedly foreign dishes were actually made in America. And
Nachos, chili.
I'll have to come back. But the options were chicken primavera, fajitas, fortune cookies, General Tso's
Fortune
chicken.
cookies are American.
No, they're not. That was actually that's a Japanese thing apparently, but to sell to Americans.
Oh, okay.
General Tso's
Is American.
So, well,
I'll have
it's a variation. There is a traditional Hunan style cuisine of which General Tso's is a descendant of. American General Tso's is going to be very different.
I have to go back and get the answers because there were some really surprising things. But most surprising to me was fajitas are an American invention.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me at all, actually.
Blows
But
my
also,
mind.
that's... Hey, we grilled some stuff and put it in a tortilla, and I'm just like... That is the second thing that happens after you invent the tortilla.
Every
first
culture
you
on
eat-
Earth has formed some form of a taco. You know, I mean, we got
First
a
thing you
sandwich,
do is
we
you
got
eat the
a-
tortilla. The second thing
got
you
a
do is like,
gyro.
Yeah.
I'll put some food on the...
You got a shawarma.
what is a pizza but just a flat taco? You know, with the
Well, no, the Italians have tacos. They're called cannolis, and they're for dessert.
Oh yes, this is true. See, yeah, independently, it's like Jakar says in Babylon.
Everybody
5
has a
about
Swedish meatball.
Everyone, yeah,
Yeah.
as it goes across the universe.
And everyone has a dumpling.
Yeah.
This is true. God, I could go for some dumplings right now. Okay,
Here we get our first clue that, because Cora tells one of the servers, let Mrs. Bird know that the food was delicious. It's like,
And they
but
haven't
we
eaten
watched
yet."
Daisy.
Fuck it up, yeah.
And
As they're
we
sitting
get my
down to
favorite
eat.
line from the Dowager Countess, where she goes, first electricity and now telephones. It's like we're living in an H.G. Wells novel. I'm like, I appreciate that she's reading H.G. Wells.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I do love. I don't care what anyone says. The adaptation of The Time Machine with Guy Pearce was pretty awesome.
I just
It's
got
my
a
second
I just got
favorite
a-
version of the Time Machine story in a movie.
I just got a book that it is a collection of fantasy novels, and it has a bunch of H.G. Wells. I'm excited to read it with Henry.
Nice. Oh, that's awesome, dude.
but
Raising
here-
that kid right.
Yeah. Here we also get Mosley, who is the Dowager Countess's butler, catches Thomas going through Carson's wallet in his office.
What do we think he was doing? Was he just?
He was
Just-
looking through stuff because O'Brien was like, "Hey, they're trying to get rid of me," and so he was just being a nosy bitch.
That's
And he was
right,
like,
okay.
"I found the
Yeah.
advert looking for a new lady's maid," not knowing that it was for the Dowager and not Lady Cora. Because
Now,
of course,
I
no
Go
one
ahead.
can say what they mean.
yes, I do not doubt that Thomas will be the messiest bitch at some point in an episode. But this episode, he's just being a fucking weasel. I mean,
Yeah, he's a weasel,
weaselly.
absolutely.
God, I'm getting like freaking Kai Wynn vibes from this guy.
Oh, and child, one last thing. I know you're under a terrible strain, but if you're wise, you will never speak to me with such disrespect again.
Like he's such a
It's not
little
good.
shit. Yeah.
We also then have the staff sitting down to eat, and they all immediately spit it out. And Bird is just like, I knew it! That's why I told you this food was for upstairs, because I knew you were going to mess with it. And Daisy immediately just like starts hyperventilating, and she's like, but Mrs. Power, she told me to. And everybody's like, okay, we have to
Yeah.
calm it down because the
She
person
sings
we were
like a
yelling at
freaking
cannot
canary.
handle it.
She just immediately confesses this man. Oh, Daisy.
And here we get our nice turn for Mrs. Bird, where she's just like, okay, you need to calm down. There are worse crimes than loyalty.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Soaping the soup is just not. Speaking as a soup lover, If you put soap in my soup, that's like you're on my shit list forever.
It's just cilantro. Mr. Dawson returns talking about the phones, and here Sybil is just like, "Hey, why didn't you talk to my friend?" And he's like, "Because she gave me a resume with nothing on it." And she's like, "Okay, it's because she's a maid, and she was worried about saying like she was a housemaid." He's like, "My mom was a housemaid. You're dealing with normal people."
Yeah. I forgot what he says exactly, but it sounded just like sexist as fuck, but in a very upscale way, saying it's like, well, would
she
you
knows
take
about
someone
hard
with
work and long hours?
No, he literally says it depends on what she looks like. Like,
Oh,
I forgot how he quoted it. Like, but he worded it. He said, "Well, would you take someone who doesn't have experience but a good work ethic? Depends on what she looks like." Like something along those. I'll have to go back and find the clip, but it's like, wow, they didn't have HR back then either.
they did not. We also then all right. Well, now that you've vouched for her, and I know that she's a housemaid. Okay, cool. Can I talk to her in the library? And she's like, "Yes, get Gwen up here right now." And then Lord Grantham tries to go in, and Sybil's like, "Nope, you can't go in there." He's like, "Why?" They're interviewing Gwen. He's like, "I can't go into my room in my house because one of my employees is trying to get a different job." What the fuck?
He takes it really well, though. I appreciate that. Meanwhile, Thomas, being the weasel that he is trying to figure out how to dodge the draft that is coming, and he just looks so sleazy the way he's talking to this doctor. Now, did the doctor and Thomas, they have not met before this episode, right? I mean, that's what
I'm assuming they must have previously.
I mean, maybe you just run into each other because he's really doing this guy a favor. Like, this doctor calling in a favor to get him an internship with the territorial armies, which, from what I understand, is
it's like the National
British
Guard.
Exactly. Yeah. That's would get him. That I mean, back then, that was a way of dodging a draft. Is if you're in the National Guard.
Well, it's dodging the draft by enlisting. It's sort of like,
which is a smart thing to do, because if you get drafted, you just get stuck wherever they need you, which is, spoiler alert, probably going to be infantry. But if you volunteer, then you have a better chance of getting like an actual job that you actually want.
Now,
well, I mean,
he does have a
famously,
leg
no
up.
military recruiter has ever lied about anything.
Dude, this reminded me of a few years back. I got a phone call from an old friend of mine who she was freaked out because her son's 18th birthday was the same day that Russia invaded Ukraine, and she was just freaked out for him and called me up asking, like, because everyone, I remember I was in the hospital at the time. It was a veterans hospital, and everyone was like, the clips from the war over there were just going on 24/7. And she was just asking me like what can I do? Like will they draft him if he's enrolled in college, or if he wants to become a doctor? And I was just like, honestly, it depends on how badly they need people. Like, the rules change, but I told her, but you know what? Historically, the safest thing for him to do, who are the last ones to ever get drafted? Elected officials. I was like, you want to keep him out of a war, get him into politics. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We have a conversation right here with Anna and Bates, where Anna has told Lord Grantham, but now she's talking to Bates, and she's like, hey, yeah, so what the fuck? And he's like, all right, yeah, so I didn't steal the silver. My wife did. But I was, she's talking to Mama Bates, and she's like, he didn't do it. Everyone knows he didn't do it. His wife stole it. Everyone saw her leaving the place with a giant bag that, looked dressed like the Hamburglar. But he came back from the war hurt and started drinking, and he was like, I've already ruined her life once. I won't ruin it again. So he confessed for her. And everybody's like, hey, don't do this. But what can you do? He confessed. And it's like, hey, maybe your legal system isn't great. If you can say, like, hey, here's a bunch of eyewitnesses and a false confession.
Yeah. I wrote down in my notes, okay, so Thomas is getting fired too.
Yes.
I forgot
Thomas
where
is
that
getting
conversation-
fired.
Yeah, finally.
He got caught going through Carson's
That's
stuff.
right. That's right, yeah. Caught red-handed. Mrs. Patmore returns with some dope-looking shades. And immediately...
They call her Blind Pew, which I appreciated.
What is a pew?
Blind
Like,
Pew is the character from Treasure Island who shows up to the tavern and is blind and gives Billy Bones the black spot.
Okay. I was thinking pew like those seats in an old church. I was like, is that some kind of insult I'm not aware of? But yeah.
Also,
But
Lord Grantham says, oh, yeah, another bit of proof that Thomas is a thief. So something else has happened this season that made everybody pretty sure Thomas is a thief. So let's get weird with it.
Ooh, we haven't gotten weird with it in a while.
Let's get weird.
I know.
He stole Bates's undergarments.
Damn it! That's exactly what I was going to say.
Now, he didn't do it for the perverted reasons that you might be thinking. He stole them in an attempt to, like, make a fool of him again. Like they were going to pants him or something, and it was this whole elaborate setup, but yeah.
I'm going to say he stole all the toilet paper in the Abbey and stored it away somewhere, and was selling it on the street because they must get some really good quality toilet paper in the aristocracy. So he had a side hustle selling this sweet ass silky smooth toilet paper to common people at a discount to make a side hustle.
See, I'm gonna say he stole some of Carson's underpants and then hid them in Bates's room to try and be like, Bates is the thief, not knowing that Bates had been sent on an errand. And everybody's like, but Bates couldn't have done it. He was in town. And, well, we don't know who stole Carson's underpants, but we know it couldn't have been Bates. That's the one person it couldn't have been. We also have Carson here practicing answering the phone until he
This is
gets
my
yelled at
favorite
by
part of
the operator.
This is my favorite part of the episode. Yeah.
Downton
Well,
Abbey,
I
Carson
should-
speaking. Downton Abbey, Carson. What do you want? Who are you, madam? It's like
That's
the
crazy
person
to
you
think
talked
that
to on the
was-
phone.
This part got me kind of filled with anxiety because, like, telephone operators, that used to be a steady job. You know, I mean, just imagine, especially when telephone was first invented, there was always someone there on the other end to connect your call.
Do you know
somewhere.
why there's not telephone operators anymore?
I've heard this story.
Okay, do tell them.
So there was a town, I forget where it is, I believe somewhere in the American South, where there were 2 funeral homes in town.
Okay.
Seriously. And the operator, the phone operator for the region was the wife of one of them. Mm-hmm. And so anytime somebody called trying to get to a funeral home, it didn't matter which one they asked for, she sent them to her husband.
Oh.
And so the other funeral home guy was just found out about this, and he's like, this is why I never get phone calls. I only get people who show up to my office. He went and invented a automatic phone exchange device
way.
in order to prevent that.
That's fascinating.
And so not only did the other funeral director, his wife lost her job, all telephone operators lost their jobs.
No fucking. Oh wow. Yes, I remember switchboard. I remember seeing in Mad Men. Is the reason I know this, that switchboard operators could like listen in on conversations and like get the dirty details of stuff that they think is private. You know.
Well, not only that, Victor, are you familiar with the idea of a party line?
Yes, I remember party lines used to be a thing, and it's stupid. It's like pre-chat rooms.
Well, no. So a party line is a several houses in an area could all have the same phone number.
Oh, what?
Yeah, because you don't you save money because you don't how many phone calls
You
are you
share a
making
phone
in-
number with other...
Yeah. So if I make a phone call to you, your phone would ring and like 3 of your neighbors' phones would ring. And
This is so weird. Any
if
one
you
of us could pick
answered,
up.
oh, hey, no, not me. Okay, keep ringing. It was I know they had one up at my parents' cabin. My great grandparents built the place, and so it was the sort of place where it's like, we're not up here all the time. We need to have a telephone for when we're here, but there's no reason to pay extra to have a direct line. But that meant anytime the phone rang, it could have been for you or any of your neighbors.
Oh, Jesus, dude, that must be really
Which
annoying.
also
So
means
any
if
one
they
of
just
them could
pick up,
listen
they
in.
can
Yeah.
listen.
Yeah. Your story about the funeral home reminded me of one of the first scams I ever learned about. I saw on the news was apparently you used to use a payphone to make a long distance call.
Do what you did when you had a test in high school. Okay.
1-800-COLLECT.
You have to talk to the operator, and the operator would ask which long distance carrier would you like to use, AT&T, Southwestern Bell, whatever. And a common thing, people would just say, I don't care, whatever, or you pick one.
And they picked the
So
most expensive one.
someone started a long distance phone company called I Don't Care. So and charged like triple the rates of typical long distance calls. I remember seeing this on the news when I was a little kid, and I was just like, that's a smart idea. until you don't get away with it anymore, until operators had, because people complained about this outrageous long distance bill that charged to their credit card or whatever, and operators had to start saying, it's like, okay, you want I Don't Care, there's a company called I Don't Care.
Here's where
Anyway,
we get
that was fascinating.
Lady Cora in the bath, and she drops the soap.
Oh God, this fucking
and
scene.
She's also talking like, so Miss O'Brien, like, how long does it take a new lady's maid to settle in? And O'Brien has been in and around people talking about hiring a new maid, and at no point in what would have been, outside of the vignettes we see, an hour of conversation, nobody thinks to ask the maid about hiring a new maid. Or Cora even going like, don't worry, it's not you, it's the Dowager Countess. Like, no one even considers her a person. But she hands half the soap back and then leaves the other one right where she suspects Lady Cora will slip on it. And then has a moment looking in the mirror, and she's like, no, O'Brien, this isn't
Sarah
you.
O'Brien, this is not who you are. I'm like, really? Because you just kicked the cane out of a cripple on the last episode we saw.
Yeah. It's pretty you. And
But
then we
this
hear
is
slip,
pretty on-
fall, and cry.
Whew. And immediately we cut to Grantham, mourning in the window, saying, it was a boy. Like, holy shit. I don't, again, I had a crappy Texas public education, but I didn't realize that fetuses were so fragile. They must be like little baby bunnies, I guess.
I mean, they
Like
can be.
Yeah. It's a slip and fall. Well, I guess there's a lot of hard surfaces in a bathroom like that. So, ooh,
Yeah.
yeah. Oh, yeah. That's pretty brutal.
It's big sets.
Yeah. It was dark.
Here is where we have Anna tell Grantham, like, hey, yes, Bates went to prison, but it's because he's an idiot. He didn't actually do any crimes. And then this is where we get Xhafer's Thomas being just the fucking worst, but not particularly messy, just the worst.
Yeah, he's.
You don't get into a fist fight at work if you're not a messy bitch. Full stop.
I will give you half a point for this prediction because I don't
It's
feel like
he is at his job.
Well, to
Like-
me, being a messy bitch is just showing up drunk and you know, like he did last episode, having an affair with one of your guests. You know,
I do actually like get his point.
Getting
like,
into a fist fight at work is textbook messy bitch.
yes.
listeners in
But
the
he's not the
Discord,
messiest.
let's hear your opinion. Does this count as being a messy bitch?
He's not
But I will
he's not
say-
being subtle or underhanded.
And he's
or
just
devious.
being a
He's
dick.
just being a dick.
Yeah.
But he does make
Why
a good
would
point.
messy bitches are not subtle? They're messy bitches. You are making my point for me, sir.
It's
I don't
true.
know. My messy bitches are they're messy retroactively. Like they're sneakily stirring the pot. They're not being
no.
overt.
See, I was thinking more like Rick Sanchez kind of messy bitch, you know, just stumbling through like or Damar in the late seasons of DS9. Just like that's what I picture when I hear messy bitch. But hey,
Tamar is a messy bitch.
yes,
Damar is
exactly.
a messy bitch. But also, I
Tamar,
would say
not a schemer.
This is
I would
true.
also say Garrick is a messy bitch. He's not overt though.
It depends on the episode.
He's a messy
I would
bitch who
say
lives for drama.
Garrick is the most buttoned up bitch. Garrick is not a messy bitch at all.
Well, here's in my
but
notes
he
what
does
I
make
want
a
to
good
know
point.
is what
that
is
he's just
the,
like, hey guys, the Granthams are not our family. They are our employers. Like, come on, have a little like. Don't treat your boss like your family. And they're like,
Yeah.
how dare you?
Now, what I want to know is what is this room that they're all in? What is it called? I mean, this is just where the help
It's
gathers.
the
That's
kitchen
where they
and
eat.
the dining
kitchen.
room.
Because
Yeah.
it's got all the bells for every room in the house in it.
Yes.
But this is just the room for the help. Because I mean,
Yes.
the family doesn't dine in here. You know,
No, this
is where
This is in the basement. So the servants live
it's
in
the
the
help-
basement and on the fourth or the third floor. The
Yeah.
family lives on the first and second floors.
So this is just like the servant lounge is what I call it, the break room. I don't know. I feel like a lot of our
yeah.
show is going to occur in this room.
I believe it's referred to as the downstairs.
The downstairs.
But-
Oh God, that sounds so appropriate.
Well, that's why there was a whole British TV show called Upstairs Downstairs.
Oh wow.
That this is in the lineage of,
Mhm.
and I believe had Thorin Oakenshield as the main character.
What?
Yeah.
That what's that actor's name?
Uh,
I forgot.
Dang
Damn.
it,
Oh well,
he's-
whatever.
Guy of Gisborne in the BBC. Oh no, Upstairs Downstairs. I'm thinking of North and South. Hold on. I'm thinking of Richard Armitage, who is in North and South. But Upstairs Downstairs is the other show I was thinking of.
North and South
That is
does
all
sound
about
really
fancy people being
familiar.
fancy.
Well, yeah.
And the poor people who serve them.
Speaking of which, the telephone rings and scares the shit out of everyone.
Yes.
Like, it sounds like a banshee. But it turns out Egret gets the job working for the telephone company, so that's pretty awesome.
Just in time for the season finale.
Yeah,
So she does not have to come back for season 2.
I think she will.
And we have an elegant garden party.
Oh.
And yeah, Grantham is like, "Oh, firing is such a messy business. Can't we wait until after the garden party to fire Thomas?" And then Thomas, I swear, the doctor must not know Thomas very well at all, because he just really does him a real solid favor, and he gets this new internship. So Thomas goes over to Carson, is like, you can't fire me. Fuck you, I quit. And Carson is like, joke's on you. I don't give a fuck as long as you're gone.
Now, we do get a number one amateur messy bitch move. Because Edith has been playing above her level by, like, writing to the Turkish ambassador to let them know that your sister killed a national mid-coitus. But when you do that, and you're also expecting a proposal from an older but dignified gentleman, you do not let your sister hang out with that guy.
Yeah, big mistake.
And so, for some reason, this guy gets intercepted by Mary, and he's like, "Hey, where's your sister? Your sister around?" And she's like, "Oh, she's somewhere laughing about this old idiot who she said was going to propose." And man, you should see the whole routine she has about talk about how dumb and stupid and ugly this guy is. Also, that his breath is bad. And this guy, instead of being like, "Oh, but she seemed like she was into me, maybe I should go talk to her," it's just like, "It's off and I'm gone now."
Yeah, I have this guy written down as Mary Schrodinger's fiance.
So this is Edith.
Yeah, Edith. But
Oh, right. Yeah, Schrodinger's fiance, and he does the same thing that Thomas does. He's like, "You can't call it off. Fuck you, I quit."
Yeah. And Edith
Like, "Fuck
is
you, I quit"
devastated.
should be the name of this episode. You can't fire me, I quit. And this is where how does Rosamund fit into the picture? Who is she to the
Grantham's
family?
wife. Or Grantham's sister.
Cora. Yeah.
So
Rosamund is Grantham's sister.
Yep.
Okay. And Maggie Smith is like...
Is both of their mothers.
Right. Okay, they're hanging out, and Rosamund is like, "What? I have to say what I think." And Maggie Smith is like, "You're the only one who does." And that's exactly what Ben said.
That is the show.
It's like nobody says what they think. It's like we have one character who just doesn't fucking hold back.
And here is where Maggie Smith tells O'Brien, like, "Hey, so do you know where Cora was keeping all the letters about me looking for a new maid? Oh, also, would you like to look over those with us so I can find myself, me, the Dowager Countess, a new maid for me?" And so if season 2 doesn't start with O'Brien hanging herself in the barns...
Yeah. I don't know. I think it's really going to... she is just a horrible person.
Yes,
but we're going to see
the
just
worst.
how... Can she actually live with it? Or is she just going to, like... is she going to do the right thing? Or is she just going to lean harder into this villain arc that she's put herself in?
No. I think that this is... I think she's been led astray. She's that impressionable friend you have who has one shitty friend that makes them worse. And that shitty friend is Thomas, the messiest bitch. And as soon as Thomas is gone, O'Brien's redemption arc begins.
I don't think so.
I think O'Brien is going to suffer some
down.
more.
Matthew is now calling it off with Mary, and she's like, but now you will inherit. And he's like, "Yeah, and fuck you."
I'm gonna become
alone,
prime
bitch.
minister just to spite you.
And she's like, "Oh, but this has ruined everything." And it's like, yeah. Everyone told you.
did that.
Yep.
And this is where I wrote in my notes, Mary is the messiest bitch.
She is getting pretty messy. Yeah.
She is getting messy.
And she's the eldest sister,
also,
right?
as far
Also
as we
not
know,
scheming.
As far as we know, Thomas hasn't killed anyone mid-coitus, so...
Yeah. And
but
by the
here
way,
is where we get another letter that will change
another fucking
everything.
telegram. Man, I went back and I listened to the previous episode, and the way I worded it, I was too specific on my prediction again. But this episode ended dramatically reading a telegram.
Yes.
But I specifically said...
Had they not read it, you would have gotten those points.
Yeah. I mean, reading it out loud anyway. It's like, I could have... Oh, why didn't he just... Oh, he's like, we have war with
this
Germany.
Changes everything.
Fuck.
And I did write down in my notes, I hate 73% of these people.
Yeah.
Yep. Well, that's our episode.
Anna seems fine. Sybil seems cool. The dog's all right, even if it is named Isis.
Oh, the dog's named Isis? I missed that.
Yes.
Well, Okay,
All right. I believe it's time to roll some dice.
time to roll some dice.
Yeah, roll them
let's see how far
bones.
we get into World War One, which they must have been expecting a sequel if they called it World War One. So
God damn it, Victor.
They didn't, Victor.
I know
But-
that. Okay, I'm not.
I know you know. It's the bit at this point. I rolled in 11.
Woo!
Damn.
Did we skip a
Did
whole
we skip
season?
all of season
We
2?
sure. Yeah, so these are 8 episode seasons. So season 2 completely skipped.
All right,
And we will
that's how we do it.
rejoin the house in season 3, episode 4, titled Episode 4.
Keeping
The
things
description on these is absurd. So let me read this to you.
All right.
Branson's political views manage to get him in trouble, while
He's a
Sybil's
chauffeur.
loyalty is tested to the limit. Ethel finds herself torn between her head and her heart as she makes a decision about her son's future. Anna,
When's Ethel? No,
I
sorry,
don't know
go
if we
ahead.
know
Ethel's-
Ethel.
I think Ethel's one of the sisters. I think she's
No.
We know we got Ethel.
Mary,
we got
Edith,
Sybil,
and Sybil.
Mary. Yeah.
Edith. Okay. Edith and Sybil becoming Ethel in my head is perfectly normal.
Yeah. That track.
Anna is upset by Bates' silence and wonders what could be the cause.
Maybe his personality.
Carson looks for a new footman, and a good-looking candidate named Jimmy creates interest below stairs.
Is it Jimmy Ray?
I don't know. I didn't watch
Who
the
wants to
episode,
know?
Ben. I just rolled the dice.
Yeah, Jimmy. Okay.
Are you Jimmy
Does
Ray?
it slip
Who
in
wants
Jimmy?
to know?
This might be your prediction, Ben, about an uncouth foreigner, because Jimmy, I don't. That's not a.
He might be an American.
Exactly. Yeah. Well, we are the most uncouth.
That's the truth. All right. Well, with that, it's
I mean,
time
he
for
could
some
be a Dane.
predictions.
Everyone's favorite part of the show, prediction time.
I'll go
I'm
first.
going to go. Okay. Go first.
My daytime prediction: World War One is going to be over when we join the house in this episode.
Oh, damn, that's a good prediction.
We skip years like crazy. This first season took place over two years.
Yeah.
So I expect that to continue and go even further, and we're going to be through all 4 years of the Great War when this is over.
God, was it only 4 years? Jeez.
I'm not sure which one of these is my evening and which is my prime time. So I'm gonna do them in the order I have written. But if you feel strongly that one of these belongs as the other, I will change them because I can't quite feel it out.
Yeah, I'm having the same problem. That I can't think of. Yeah.
I've got the two predictions though. At least 2 of the season 1 characters will have died in the war.
Ooh, specifically in the war. Okay.
Specifically in the war as a cause of the war. So, like, if there's something war-related that is a cause
I
of
can't
their
believe
death.
Daisy
They're
became
shot-
a fighter pilot. She was killed by the Red Baron.
Not necessarily in combat, but war-related
Mustard gas. Yeah.
stuff.
Something.
If Thomas gets a subplot where he's making mustard gas in a factory and dies because of it, that totally counts. Like,
Now I'm picturing-
factory-related death from war manufacturing counts. I would say, there's a terrible pox upon the house, but all of the doctors are supporting the war effort. And 2
Yeah, it has to
characters
be
die counts.
Directly playing Battlefield 1 is what they is.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Now I'm
okay.
picturing Mrs. Patmore flying one of those biplanes where there's the 2 seats and Daisy's the tail gunner, just like, I'm not sure about
dude,
this,
that'd be
Mrs.
sweet.
Patmore.
Oh God, I want that show so badly.
I am going to call a shot here, too. I've got a bonus point prediction.
Yeah.
Well, I've got 2 bonus point predictions, but one you're going
Greedy.
to yell at me for, so I won't do it.
Hum.
Matthew, Dan Stevens, is going to die in the war. Prediction 1. Bonus
which
point
one?
prediction.
Which one's Matthew?
The
That's
cousin.
cousin.
The cousin
Okay.
who was spurned. And then Thomas, who's the only one we know going to fight, is not going to die in the war.
Well, no, he's joining the
But he's-
National Guard to be a doctor to get out of having to
yeah,
fight.
but
Yes.
you know he's going to end up.
Well, he's
fighting.
going to end up fighting anyway. Yeah,
Victor.
Yeah.
Funny thing about World War One,
Oh yeah.
they
yeah.
it didn't matter. You got sent.
Oh yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. Yeah, even the cooks, the clerks, everyone got in
Yeah.
the trenches.
So, and my primetime prediction: Anna and Bates will get married before the end of the show.
Oh, I have the opposite prediction, but I didn't
Oh.
want to make it official. Because
Okay.
Anna and Bates are a will they, won't they, and my bet is they won't they.
Oh no, they be fucking.
So
They already be fucking. Mark my words.
wait,
way
what
she
was your
The way
thing?
she reacts when she finds out about the wife, they already be fucking.
Oh yeah, and the other rival, the not rival, but the butler from another
Mosley.
house. Yeah, Mosley is asking about her. He's like, "Huh, does she have anyone
Yeah.
interested in her?" And he's all, "Why, yes, she does. She has someone interested. Oh, what about him?" And
Quite
he's like,
keen,
"Yeah,
quite-
he's
quite
quite keen. Yes, he's very handsome and walks with a crutch."
But also
Beats the
can't
shit out of
talk
people who
about his
ask too many
feelings.
questions.
But okay, so specifically, is your prediction they get married or do they just okay?
Anna
get
and
married.
Bates get married.
Okay, actual married.
Actual married. We might not see it, but it happens. I think
Man.
if it does happen, it will be an episode, but I just don't think we're going to roll it.
Oh, that makes me want to change one of my predictions because I firmly believe the opposite.
Well, then go
change
with
one of
the
your
opposite.
predictions.
Well, I don't
That's-
know. I got
why I went first is
I got
because I had
three-
to look at the episode to
Yeah.
write down the thing. I had more time, so
I don't know. Well, I got 3 good ones, and I can't decide which one I
okay.
want.
Well,
Yeah,
while
well,
you're
you
doing
think
that,
about it,
Ben
and
was
I'll-
ready to
Ben,
go.
you go. Yeah.
So I'm gonna go. My daytime prediction: Bates's wife returns.
Oh,
And I think she might also be in the running for Messiest Bitch. Bonus point if she steals something from Downton Abbey. My evening prediction is Daisy becomes a cook.
Interesting. I have a similar
Okay.
prediction.
And my prime time is Mary gets pregnant out of wedlock.
My daytime prediction that Daisy is actually going to have the biggest character arc out of everyone. I think that she's going to gain a lot of confidence and make it big somehow by the finale. She's no longer going to be a maid. I think she'll be either like in a position of great importance in the Abbey, or she's going to go off on her own and start some kind of. I think she's probably going to marry into it, but she's going to have a title of some kind. Maybe not a royal title, maybe not an official title, but she will make it big somehow. Bigger than a cook. Evening prediction. At some point, this manor, this abbey is huge, and we talked about how in the first episode, Daredevil was talking about how there's so many secret passageways and stuff. At some point during the series, we have someone secretly living in the abbey, like in the crawl space. And just to be at odds with Xhafer, I'm going to say Anna and Bates never become a thing.
All right.
all right. Well, that's that. We'll be back next week with Season 3, Episode 4, of course titled Episode 4. But before then, we should probably say thank you to Ripe for doing our theme music. Thanks so much for letting us use Goon Squad as our theme song. We appreciate the hell out of it, and we appreciate the hell out of you guys. Hope you announce some tour dates for 2026 soon.
Yes, thank you, Ripe. And thank you to you, the listener, for coming back every week. And if you'd like to support the show, please leave us a review somewhere. iTunes, Facebook, literally anywhere. If you want to connect with the show, you can
Join the Discord.
join the Discord.
Join
Sorry,
the Discord.
Sorry, just checking the voice cast for new messages. No new messages. Join the Discord. A lot of fun conversations happening in there. Search for What Happened Here. Did it search for What Happened Here Productions, or how do they find us on the Discord?
Yeah, what happened here? We got links on stuff. They can find us. Just
Gotcha.
any of. We were on the Blue Sky. You can get hold of us there. There's a Facebook page for. At the very least, Who Are You? I don't remember if last time on as a Facebook
It
page. I don't
does.
think anyone's posted to it in a long time. Or at the very least, I haven't logged into it in a long time. So.
Yeah.
So there's those things. You can find us there.
Email us at
The Discord link is in the show notes.
there we
for
go.
Who Are
Yeah,
You
do that.
every week.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't put them in our show notes.
We should probably start doing that.
Probably should. Maybe link to the merch store or something.
And we have a merch store. Yeah.
Yeah, we do have a merch store. There's no last time on merch on it, but there is one.
You know what? I'll make that my. Hang on. Remind me to make some last time on merch Tuesday at 4 p.m. Okay, there. I got it on my reminders. And by the way, if you don't like our show, just keep that shit to yourself.
And we'll see you next time on Last Time On.
Fucking commander deck is. So.